All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This afternoon, we are going to just look over your 324 syllabus, look at your modules, look at your assignments that are due, and then open it up for any questions and answers. And so, as I am recording, so as I talk, if you have a question, please interrupt me, and then we will be flexible with everything, and hopefully this doesn't take very long. So you can hopefully see my screen. I'm sharing my syllabus. And so on the front of the syllabus, and this would be the same for Dr. Naval's syllabus, this is where you can find find out how to contact us. So I'm Dr. Sheila Mady, and then my phone number is on the syllabus, and then my email. Office hours, we by policy we have to put at least 4 hours a week of office hours. So my office hours are Monday and Tuesdays from 11 to 1, but I'm very flexible. I have my cell phone with me at all times. I'm a pro at texting, raising 3 children. They have made sure that I answer when they text me. So texting really does well for me personally. Now, Dr. Naval, who will be joining us shortly, she will also let you know about how to contact her. But if you do text me, please let me know who you are so I can address you by name. If you are sitting around and you're fretting about something, please text me no matter what time it is, because if I'm up, I'll answer you, and if I'm not, I won't. Working online, I tend to be at my computer a lot more than working like an 8 to 5 job. So if I'm doing something and you text me and it's 2 in the morning and I'm up, I definitely will text you back. I believe I was sending an email at 3 o'clock this morning, responding to a student who had sent an email. So just know that I'm flexible, and this is how you can contact both Dr. Naval and I. I'm not going to really go over your syllabus. You can read it yourself about the course description, about your course learning outcomes. Why are we having you do what you do? And then each course outcome is, of course, linked to a program outcome. Here is your books. It's, of course, your APA manual, your 6th edition. They just came out with the 7th edition, and there's just minor changes. So as far as I know, we're not going to be implementing that for a while. And then your textbook. Hopefully everybody has a hard copy or an e-copy of their textbook. Library resources, general policies, and you guys are not new to this, so I'll let you read through all this. Your late work, grade level. Now, under evaluation methods and point distribution, you can see where we have 8 weeks of discussion, and then we have quizzes in weeks 2, 3, 4, and 6, worth 100 points each. And then we have a quiz in week 5, which is worth 50 points. And then we have a policy debate, which is due in week 7. So this is your main assignment. And so we'll talk about that. So you have quizzes every week and discussions every week. Grading rubric is nothing new for you. Here's your course outline. And I tell students to utilize this for more of your time management, so you know exactly what is expected of you for readings and assignments. And then your outcomes and your key concepts. So everything is right there. So as I scroll back up, sorry if I make you nauseous. Any questions regarding syllabus or how to contact your instructor? All right, no questions. So let's move on to your announcements. So if you click on announcements, I would just ask that you at least read your announcements daily, if not every other day. This is where we put important information. So this is where we welcome you to each week. Any type of conferences like what we're doing now, we put in your announcement section. So make sure you click on your announcement section and just follow up if you have any questions there. And then let's click in modules because this is the biggest part. So of course, here are your student modules, your Canvas orientation if you just need reorientation to Canvas. Questions to your instructor. Here's your APA templates, your Turnitin instructions. And then here's each module. So you've got your checklists, your reading, your lecture, and then your discussions. So you can see that Eagle Gate Cafe is due this week. Please go in and introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about yourself. And I know you guys know each other. Most of you know each other, but I do know some of you from having you guys last semester, but for others, I don't know you. So please introduce yourself. So there's no quiz this week. Next week, there's a quiz. And then week 3, there's a quiz. Week 4, week 5, week 6, end of course survey, of course, is due in between week 6 and 7. Now let's look at week 7. This is your main assignment. It's a policy debate. And so if you were to click in your policy debate, this is your instructions. So it tells you here it's due December 15th. Although that seems like a long way down the road, kind of start thinking about it now. Your debate, so the setting is you're involved in a committee to analyze a healthcare policy that proposes providing basic healthcare coverage to immigrants, regardless of their legal status in America. This discussion has been heated with strongly held opposing opinions. Now, you and your classmates will be divided up into 2 groups, one opposed to the policy and one in favor. And usually we do this about a week ahead of time. And then you need to start thinking about this right now, either sides of it, either opposed to it or in favor of it. And then there's 3 specific due dates for this assignment. So please do not forget this. And this is where you will be putting this into a discussion thread. It is not a paper. And so your usual Wednesday date. And so by Wednesday, you will present your opening arguments depending on which group you're in. Based on ethical principles, your research findings, your assessment of healthcare needs and available resources. Now, this is where your opening remarks should be no less than 250 words. And so this is the one area that you need to pay attention to. And then once you, let's say you're in a group where you're in favor of it, you're going to do your research, you're going to come in by Wednesday, and you're going to put your debate in. Then you're going to, Thursday and Friday, you're going to consider the other side of the argument. So you're going to consider opposing the policy. And then you're going to come in by Friday and do a response that should be no less than 150 words. And you're going to challenge their argument professionally, bring in some research, and then by Sunday, you're going to read your posting and then all of the opposing postings from your peers and responses that you've had, and then put it all together into a final argument for Sunday. So there's 3 different due dates in week 7. So week 7 will be busy compared to the other weeks. So please don't poo-poo week 7 off. I know it's getting close to the end of the semester. You've had pretty nice go of it, but once you get your group in week 6, then start doing your research so you can be prepared for the 3 different due dates for this project. You must include a minimum of 2 current scholarly resources. Now, I know you guys all know what scholarly is. If not, you can click on your Pages tab and you will be able to look at what's acceptable for websites and what's not. And then make sure, we do have Dr. Argove, Sharon Argove, who is a librarian, and you can find her within your Pages tab. If you need any help with looking up something or wondering if it's scholarly, reach out to her. She's a great resource. Of course, your in-text citations you need to be able to support. So think of it as writing your paper, but it's not in paper format. So even though it's in the discussion board, you still have to cite. Everything has to be scholarly. And specifically for this one, you have specific word length that you have to utilize. So don't forget about that. So you will be able to find this if we go back into your modules and go back under 7. When you click in the Module 7 debate, of course, it'll bring up that Module 7 debate, and here is where you just click reply. And this is where you're going to submit your assignment. It's not a paper. Don't fret about that. But it is a huge assignment. It's worth quite a few points. Okay, so if we were to actually click in your document there, it's worth 175 points, so it's worth quite a bit. Okay, and it just goes over the scenario again. It goes over the instructions, the 3 different postings that are required of you, and then the grading rubric. So that is the major assignment. So any questions so far?
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay, great. Other things that you need to know: how to get into the library. You click in the LIRN library and it brings you in. It's already signed you in. Everybody should be familiar with how to utilize the library. I usually utilize ProQuest just because it does my citations for me. So if you are real unsure still of how to use the library, please reach out, and I definitely will do a one-on-one. It takes about 10 minutes to go over the library. So any questions, you guys?
No.
Okay. Should be a pretty good going class. Just make sure that you keep up weekly on your discussions and your quizzes, and then once you get your group assignment, make sure that you start doing your work then. So when Wednesday comes around, you'll be prepared, but then you'll also be prepared for Friday, posting on Friday, and then again bringing it all together and summarizing your argument on Sunday. Okay. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I think that's it. I appreciate Delita for being present today, and just know that you will be able to find this recording soon. I'll upload it and then enter it into your announcement section. So Delita, I would ask if you have colleagues asking you about it, I would just direct them to the recording and have them listen to the recording and reach out once you've listened and watched. And if you have absolutely any questions throughout the semester, please don't hesitate to contact myself or Dr. Naval. All right. Thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
thank you.
Thank you.